Could going to bed too late be silently damaging your memory, your heart, and even your balance? It sounds simple, just staying up a little past 10 p.m. But after age 70, your body isn't just tired. It's pleading for rest in ways most people never notice. If you've been waking up groggy, forgetting things more often, or even feeling a little unsteady on your feet, your bedtime could be playing a much bigger role than you think. In today's video, I'll share the ideal bedtime for people over 70 plus 5 easy habits to help you sleep deeper, protect your brain, and wake up feeling strong again. These tips are natural, safe, and simple enough to start tonight before deeper damage sets in. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? Just type hope in the comments if you believe it's never too late to feel better. And if you find this helpful, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next tip to keep your body and mind strong. Now let's uncover the sleep mistake most people over 70 are making without even realizing it. You know, there's something most folks over 70 don't realize until much later. Your bedtime matters more now than ever before, not just for rest, but for your memory, your heart, even your balance. Let me ask you this. Have you ever sat in your recliner around 8:30 at night feeling your eyes get heavy? But you told yourself it's too early to go to bed. I'll just wait until the 10 o'clock news that used to be Mr. Harold from Minnesota. He's 76 now. For years, he thought staying up until 11 made him feel younger. But then came the tossing, the early waking, the morning fog, and one morning, a nasty fall in the hallway. His doctor gently asked him, "Harold, what time do you really go to bed?" That question changed everything. You see, as we age, our body's internal clock shifts. That's not your imagination, it's biology. Experts from the National Institute on Aging explain that melatonin, the hormone that helps us sleep, is released earlier in older adults. So while you might feel wide awake at 9 p.m. in your 50s, by your 70s, your brain already thinks it's midnight. It's like your sleep schedule moves up without asking you first. And if we ignore that shift, the results can be sneaky. Waking up at 3 a.m., feeling groggy after lunch, forgetting little things, feeling off balance. Even worse, the Mayo Clinic found that seniors who sleep less than 6 hours a night have a 30% higher risk of memory loss and cognitive decline. And that's not something any of us want to face. But here's the good news. Going to bed between 8:00 hours and 10:00 p.m. helps you align with your natural rhythm again. It gives your brain the full 7 to 8 hours it craves to restore itself. That's when your body does its deep repair work, cleaning up brain toxins, stabilizing blood pressure, and helping your heart beat more gently. Let me tell you about Ms. Carolyne, Georgia. She's 72, sharp as ever, and one of the most joyful people I know. But a year ago, she struggled with forgetfulness and mood swings. Her granddaughter noticed she always stayed up late watching game shows, even though she nodded off in the middle. After moving her bedtime to 9:15, Carol started waking up more refreshed. Her memory improved. Her smile came back. Sometimes just shifting your bedtime can feel like rewinding your body clock. Now I know some folks say, "But if I sleep early, I'll wake up at 4 a.m. and be stuck." That's fair. But often waking up early is not the problem. Waking up tired is. And when you sleep in rhythm with your body, even early mornings feel peaceful instead of frustrating. You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need expensive sleep trackers. You just need to listen to your body. So tonight I invite you to try something simple. Turn off the TV by 8:30. Dim the lights. Make your bedroom a little cooler, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And give yourself permission to fall asleep when your body first whispers, "It's time." Not when the news is over, not when the dishes are done, but when you feel ready. What time do you usually go to bed? I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know, or just type the word hope if you believe small changes can still lead to big healing. Because sometimes living longer and living better starts with something as gentle as going to bed an hour earlier. And in the next part of this video, we'll explore why sleep protects not just your brain, but even your heart. Don't go anywhere, you'll want to hear this. The second thing I want to share with you is something most folks overlook: how deeply your sleep affects everything from memory to balance, from blood sugar to blood pressure. And I don't mean just closing your eyes, I mean real deep healing sleep. A while back, I had a long talk with Mr. Eugene, 75, from Tennessee. He told me how he used to get by on 5 hours of sleep, sometimes even less. He'd wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., sit in the dark with the TV on, then try to nap during the day. Over time, he noticed his memory wasn't as sharp. He forgot names more often, sometimes even what he walked into a room to do. At first, he just chalked it up to age, but his doctor gently explained something surprising: his brain wasn't getting time to clean itself. See, when you sleep deeply, your brain does something amazing. It goes through a kind of nighttime cleaning shift, where it sweeps away waste and toxins that build up during the day. According to research from the National Institute on Aging, this process helps protect memory, reduce confusion, and even lower the risk of Alzheimer's. Now think about that. Your brain actually washes itself, but only when you sleep deeply. Not when you're tossing and turning, not during light naps, but during that steady, quiet stretch of rest. And it's not just the brain. Your heart depends on your sleep too. During deep sleep, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure settles. The American Heart Association even points out that consistent quality sleep helps lower the risk of heart attacks and strokes, especially in people over 65. Let me tell you about Ms. Brenda in North Carolina. She's 73 and lives alone, still gardens, still walks a mile each morning. A few years ago, she started waking up with palpitations. After several tests, nothing serious came up except one thing. Her doctor noticed her sleep pattern was broken up. So she started adjusting her bedtime, created a little wind-down routine at 8:30, and committed to better sleep. Within weeks, her heart calmed and the palpitations nearly stopped. Brenda told me, turns out I didn't need new pills, I just needed a better night's sleep. And there's more. Have you ever stood up in the middle of the night and felt a little off balance? Maybe even stumbled on your way to the bathroom? That's not just age or bad luck. Sleep deprivation affects balance and alertness. When you don't sleep enough, your brain takes longer to process signals. Your feet may not respond quickly. That's how small missteps turn into big falls. And as we both know, one bad fall can change everything. But here's the part that surprises most people. Poor sleep also messes with your blood sugar. If you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, this is huge. According to Cleveland Clinic, when sleep is interrupted, your body becomes less sensitive to insulin. That means your blood sugar can spike even if you haven't changed your diet. I remember a sweet woman named Elsie, 78, who kept adjusting her meals and walking every day, but her sugar levels stayed high. Once she improved her sleep just by going to bed earlier and cutting caffeine, her morning readings finally began to drop. No medicine change, no fancy tricks, just better sleep. So if you've been wondering why your memory's a little foggy, why your blood pressure is creeping up, or why your balance isn't what it used to be, don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. You don't need to fix everything overnight. Start with one small step. Maybe tonight dim the lights earlier, or try a warm bath before bed, or simply let your body rest when it says it's tired instead of pushing through. Have you noticed how your sleep has changed over the years? I'd love to hear your story. Leave a comment and let me know, or just type HOPE if you believe it's never too late to care for your body in a gentler way. Coming up next, we'll talk about the little things you might be doing before bed that are silently stealing your sleep. Let's keep going. You're doing great. The third part of this journey is where things start to feel more hopeful. Because sometimes it's not about taking a pill or waiting for a doctor's solution. It's about the simple things we do each evening that decide whether our body rests or stays restless. Let me tell you about Mr. Allen, 77, from Michigan. He used to complain that no matter what time he went to bed, he woke up at 3:00 a.m., sharp, wide awake, and frustrated. He tried teas, even over-the-counter sleep aids, but nothing helped. Then one day his daughter asked him a simple question. "Dad, do you go to bed at the same time every night?" He paused. The truth. Not really, sometimes 9:30, sometimes 11:15 depending on the TV shows. And like many people, weekends felt like a free-for-all. What he didn't realize is that our body, just like a clock, loves consistency. When we sleep and wake at the same time each day, our internal rhythms begin to smooth out. The brain expects rest. The body starts releasing melatonin naturally. And over time, those early morning wake-ups get shorter and softer. Alan made one change: lights off at 9:45 sharp, even on Saturdays. Within 3 weeks, his 3 a.m. wake-ups dropped to once a week. He told me, turns out, I needed a routine, not a remedy. Now here's something that surprises a lot of folks. That evening cup of tea or chocolate after dinner, it might be the real troublemaker. Caffeine, even in small amounts, stays in your body for 8 hours or more. So if you have tea at 7 p.m., it may still be swimming in your bloodstream at 2 a.m. And alcohol, it tricks you. Yes, it makes you drowsy at first, but later it disrupts your sleep cycle. It pulls you out of deep sleep and leaves you feeling foggy by sunrise. So if you've ever felt hungover without even drinking much now, you know why. Let me share something that brought peace to Mrs. Ruth in Arizona. She lives alone in a small but cozy home. For years, she struggled to fall asleep unless the TV was on, just for the company. But even when she slept, she didn't feel rested. One day, her grandson brought her a white noise machine that mimics soft rainfall. She gave it a try just to humor him. And that night, she slept straight through for the first time in weeks. Now she says she can't sleep without her little rain cloud machine. Creating a peaceful sleep space doesn't require remodeling your bedroom. Just a few thoughtful touches, a cooler room around 65 to 70 degree curtains that block outside light and gentle background sound can work wonders. And don't forget about what you do before bed. If you go straight from watching the news to laying in bed with worries on your mind, it's no surprise your brain can't switch off. Instead, treat bedtime like a gentle landing. Take a warm bath. Read a few pages of a book. Sit quietly and breathe for 5 minutes. A study from Harvard Medical School showed that even simple evening meditation increases natural melatonin levels and eases the body into sleep. Now, some folks ask me, isn't walking during the day enough to help me sleep? Absolutely, but only if it's gentle and consistent. Pulling weeds, taking a slow walk after breakfast, stretching while listening to music. These movements tell your body, I've spent my energy today, now it's okay to rest. So here's something to try tonight. Pick one small habit, just one. Maybe turning off your screen 30 minutes earlier, or setting a bedtime alarm not to wake you up, but to remind you to wind down. You don't need to change everything. You just need to send your body the message, we're safe. We can rest now. What's one habit you think might be disrupting your sleep? Leave a comment and let me know, or just type hope if you're ready to take back your nights one peaceful moment at a time. Next, we'll talk about something even more surprising. The hidden ways your medications may be keeping you up, even if they're meant to help you feel better. Let's keep going. You're doing wonderfully. The fourth thing we need to talk about might surprise you. Sometimes it's not your mind or your mattress, it's your medicine. Many seniors I speak with say the same thing: I go to bed just fine, but I keep waking up sometimes 2 or 3 times every night. They assume it's just aging, or maybe something they ate. But often the real reason is hiding in plain sight on your bathroom shelf. I remember Mrs. Helen from Kansas. She's 79 sharp as a tack and always tries to manage her health the natural way. But when she started waking up every 2 hours, she got worried. She swore she wasn't drinking much water at night, and yet her bladder had other plans. Turns out her new doctor had switched her to a stronger diuretic, a water pill, to help with her blood pressure. But no one warned her it could wake her up every night. Not because something was wrong, but because the medicine was doing its job at the wrong time of day. You see, certain medications like blood pressure pills, heart meds, or steroids, especially those taken later in the day, can mess with your sleep. They either make you need the bathroom more often, raise your heart rate, or simply keep your brain more alert than it should be. And the hard part, most people don't realize it's happening. They think they need sleep aids or supplements, when all they really need is a conversation with their doctor. Here's something I want you to know. You should never stop taking a medication without medical advice, but you can ask your doctor if a small change might help, maybe taking it in the morning instead of the evening, or switching to a gentler version made for older adults. Most doctors actually appreciate when their patients speak up. You're not being difficult, you're being wise. Now, while we're here, I want to bring up something that not many people like to talk about. If you snore loudly, if you wake up gasping, or if your spouse says you stop breathing in your sleep, that's not just annoying, it could be sleep apnea, and it's far more common in seniors than people think. Sleep apnea can raise your blood pressure, disturb your rest, and even increase your risk of heart problems. The good news, there are gentle ways to treat it, some without machines or masks, but it all starts with recognizing the signs. So if you've been wondering why you still feel tired even after going to bed on time, take a second look at your medicine cabinet and maybe have a gentle chat with your doctor at your next visit. You deserve rest, not interrupted sleep, not confusion, and definitely not feeling like you're just getting old. Have you ever noticed a change in your sleep after starting a new medication? I'd love to hear your story in the comments, or just type hope if you believe better nights are still ahead. In the next part, we'll look at something powerful: how light food and gentle habits during the day can help reset your sleep naturally. Let's keep going. You're doing wonderfully. The final piece I want to share with you today isn't just about sleep. It's about how we live each day in a way that invites better sleep to come naturally without forcing it, without pills, and without stress. Let's start with something: gentle sunlight. I know it sounds simple, but getting outside early before 8:30 in the morning can do wonders. You don't need to walk far. Just sit by the window, step onto the porch, or stand near the garden for 15-30 minutes. What you're really doing is setting your internal clock. That morning light tells your brain it's time to wake up. And in the evening, your body will remember that signal, helping you fall asleep when the time is right. I once spoke with Miss Edna from California. She's 82 and used to call herself a night owl. But when she started watering her flowers right after sunrise, she noticed something odd. She got sleepier earlier, but in a good way. She said it was like her body finally stopped fighting itself. That leads us to another quiet helper: reducing blue light at night. After 8 or p.m., your body wants to slow down. But bright screens, phones, tablets, even televisions tell your brain it's still daytime. It confuses your natural rhythm. If you've been watching TV until bedtime and then lying awake afterward, that could be why. Try switching off screens a bit earlier, maybe around 8 or 8:30. Instead, you could listen to music, read a book, or sit with a warm cup of tea. A soft wind down works better than any medication. Speaking of tea, let's talk about food. Not just what we eat, but when we eat it. If your dinner is heavy and late, your body may be too busy digesting to fully rest. But a light dinner around 6 or 6:30, followed by sleep-friendly foods in the evening, can help. Things like warm oatmeal, a ripe banana, walnuts, or a small glass of warm milk. Even a soothing cup of chamomile tea can help the body release melatonin gently and naturally. Sleep experts from places like the Cleveland Clinic have noted how much food timing and light influence melatonin production, especially in people over 65. Now let's talk about something deeper: your emotions. As we age, many of us carry silent weight in our hearts. Loneliness, loss, quiet worry in the middle of the night, and whether we realize it or not, those feelings can follow us into our sleep. Mr. George, a kind gentleman from Florida, once told me his sleep changed after his wife passed. He didn't want to take pills, but he felt the silence at night was too loud. One day, his daughter brought him a small rescue dog. George named him Lucky. He said having someone to care for again, even a dog, gave his heart a sense of peace, and within weeks, his sleep began to return. Now, you don't need a pet if that's not for you, but maybe a phone call in the evening, a familiar song, a prayer, or soft memory that brings your heart comfort. These things matter just as much as any doctor's advice. And finally, let's look at where you sleep. Your bed isn't just furniture, it's the place your body repairs itself. If your mattress sinks too much or your pillow doesn't support your neck, your body can't fully relax. Many sleep experts recommend a medium-firm mattress for older adults. It supports your spine, but doesn't push too hard on joints. And a good pillow, especially one that supports your neck and shoulders, can prevent those morning aches that linger all day. If you sleep on your back and wake up with stiffness, try rolling gently to your left side. This position may help with heart health, digestion, and breathing. I remember Mrs. Diane, 76, from Illinois. She always woke up with sore hips and thought it was arthritis. Turned out her old mattress was too soft. Her grandson got her a firmer one, and within a week the pain faded, and so did her nighttime tossing. So if you've been struggling with your sleep, don't feel overwhelmed. You don't have to change everything. Sometimes just getting some morning sun, turning off the screen a little earlier, switching to a firmer pillow, or reaching out to someone you love is enough to start bringing your sleep and your peace back home. Let me know in the comments what habit you might try tonight, or simply type the word hope if you believe in gentle healing and restful nights. And stay with me, because next we'll bring it all together. We'll talk about the bigger picture, the deeper reason sleep matters in this beautiful season of life you're in now. You're not alone, you're on the right path, and I'm proud of you for being here. Before we say goodnight, I just want to gently remind you of the heart of today's message. Your sleep isn't just about closing your eyes, it's how your body heals, your mind clears, and your spirit finds peace. Whether it's stepping into the morning sun, adjusting your evening habits, or simply listening more closely to your body's rhythm, each small step matters. If something in this video spoke to you, maybe a tip, a memory, or just a little moment of encouragement, I'd love for you to share it in the comments below. Or if you're not sure what to say, simply type the word hope, because that's what we're all holding on to, hope for better nights and brighter mornings. And if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, tap the little bell so you won't miss the next one, and maybe share it with someone you care about, a friend, a sibling, or even your son or daughter. May your evening be gentle, your room calm, and your dreams kind. Sleep well tonight, you've earned it.